Okay, so we have set up everything, and now it's time to create virtual machine and prepare it as master image. So based on that virtual machine, we will provision our virtual desktops. What I would like to do in this environment, I would like to create a VM, and in that VM, I would like to install Windows 7 Professional. Procedure is the same. You can use Windows 8, and even with feature release 3, you can use Windows 10. I will use Windows 7 for this demonstration. So I'm creating a new VM, and I will give this VM a name. Let's see, Win732. Next. Yep, ISO file from the library. Here I will select the ISO file for Windows 7. So this machine will boot with this ISO image. Place VM, on this server. Number of CPUs that I want to assign. One CPUs, okay, and 1 gig of RAM. All right. And which storage I want to use? I have just one storage. I'm using local storage. In production environment, you might have SAN or an NAS. And this is the way you can change the size of virtual disk. I will keep default. I will choose the same network 0, and that's it. All looks good. Create now, and it's creating or provisioning this VM, and you will see it. Yep, it's there. So, and it's on. You can see it's green. So if I go to console, you'll see, yeah. So while this machine is booting, and it will go through the process after booting, it goes through the process of installing Windows, which is same. You have seen it 1,000 times, I'm sure. So I will take a break, and I will join you once it's done. Okay, so Windows has been installed inside this virtual machine. The next thing we need to do is to install Zen server tools. Like in VMware, you install VMware tools, right? For guest VM optimization. In Zen server, you install Zen server tools. So I will change the ISO to Zen server tools. Yeah, as you can see. So what it will do, it will mount Zen server tools ISO. Like in VMware, it mounts, VMware tools ISO. It's the same concept, same thing. So the setup of Zen server tools. One more point I would like to mention here, I will mention it again in the future. When you prepare your master image, like you install Windows, you install Zen server tools, and you install some basic applications, and you install VDA, you don't need to run sysprep. Don't run sysprep in XenDesktop. Yeah, you don't have to, should not run sysprep. So, welcome to Zen Server Tools. It's very straightforward installation. So I will join you. I think I launched 2 of them. Yeah, this is the one. this is the right one. So let me just close this. Okay. Default path. Okay, so it will install Zen Server tools and it will require some reboot, usually one or two, I guess, yeah. I think, yeah, sometimes two. I've seen two. But anyway, I will join you shortly once it's completed. Okay, now it's checked everything. Now it's time to install tools. It was preparing to install tools and now it's time to install. Yep. All right. And again, it needs, as I said, it's fine. It's reboot. All right. Back after reboot. What I do, sometimes you might see, you might find me doing things or speaking very quickly because what I do to save your time and my time and to make videos shorter, I just, edit those videos. So those wizards who takes, or the tasks who takes long time, like installation tasks mainly, I just pause it. I don't record that installation process like this one. So basically Windows has been restarted and rebooted and I logged on to this machine. So far we have installed Windows 7 and it's taking an IP address from my network. Make sure you have DHCP server running because whenever you'll provision new VMs, they will look for IP address. And in case we don't have DHCP server on that for that particular subnet, your VM provisioning will fail. Those machines will not be able to join or even Active Directory. So in my environment, as you can see, I have a scope for internal network. I have around 10 IPs and some options. So make sure you have your DHCP for your VDI network ready so that can assign IP addresses to your VMs. And whenever you are creating master image, make sure it's configured to use DHCP for IP address. You will make all the required changes to master image, whatever you want to install. I would usually I like to create one organization unit in my Active Directory called VDI. And here I will create two organizational unit, one for computers and one for groups. So let's say computers. Because I would like to keep all my VDI computer accounts into this OU and groups, all my VDI related groups. And users, of course, will be users. So inside this, I will create one group called VDI users. And this is the group I will use to assign permission for desktops as well as application. I will add Mark Nicholas and Stevie Smith as member of this group. So these two gentlemen are member of this group. We will test our VDI and application using these two accounts. Right now, no computer accounts. Okay, all set. So make sure DHCP is there and you have appropriate OU structure. While you're preparing master image, after installing Windows, after installing Zen tools or VMware tools, depends on the hypervisor you're using, make sure you have a DHCP. Your machine is configured to take IP from DHCP. You can do some optimization, join this machine to domain, make some changes. You can even install some basic applications like I'm doing right now. Basic applications like those applications which is required by everybody, like almost all department use it. So this is what I will do. I would like to add those applications which is needed by everyone into this base image. Again, I would like to cut through it because I'm just basically installing some applications and I'll get back to you once all these applications are installed. Okay, so what I did basically, I installed some application, some basic application. Would you prefer to install in your environment? It depends. Some people might like to keep Windows as Windows and provision all applications through XenApp. Some people might like to add basic applications part of the image. So it depends on your strategy, how you like to layer your virtualization. You might like to keep basic application in the standard image and then you can publish department related applications through XenApp, or some people even publish basic applications in addition to department related applications through XenApp. Again, a reminder, once you install everything, you can do all the required optimization. You can activate Windows, you can join to domain, you can make necessary changes. Maybe you might like to enable remote desktop, like what I want in my case. You may want to. Oops, I think I switched to remote desktop. Yeah, okay. You may want to optimize page file. You may want to optimize display for better performance. You may want to disable firewall or keep it enabled. It's your choice. You can do that through always using group policies. You can make exception in your firewall. Power options, I would like to keep it high performance. Once you do all these changes, gentlemen, you need to install something called VDA, Virtual Delivery Agent. And once you install Virtual Delivery Agent, uh, what we will do, we will shut down this VM. Okay. So far, I'm just making changes which I want to make. You don't have to make all these changes. This is what I prefer usually, like disabling system restore, enable, changing the power options and all those things like I'm doing in front of you, like enabling remote desktop, disabling Windows firewall, especially in test environment. You can install even your antivirus software in this master image, because we are preparing right now master image for our virtual desktops. Our desktops XenDesktop will be provisioning additional virtual desktops based on this VM. So whatever settings are there in this VM, you will find in all those VMs. I optimize the display for performance. Page file, I would like to just keep it to C and system managed. You can even activate Windows. Make sure you have KMS server or key management server in your environment to activate all those VDIs that will be provisioned. Okay, so I log in again after Windows restart, and what I would like to do, okay, let's join it to domain. itsense.com. So far we have installed Windows, we installed hypervisor tool, and some basic application, Windows updates, antivirus basic applications, and we optimized few settings based on requirement, and we activated Windows, we added to domain, and once everything is set, in the last we will install virtual delivery agent. And once after installing virtual delivery agent, what we will do, we will simply shut down this machine. We will not do sysprep. Once again, I am reminding you guys, don't use sysprep in XenDesktop. So far so good. We have made all the changes. Just make sure to disable domain firewall Windows domain profile. Okay, it's a testing environment, so I'm doing it. However, you may like to keep Windows Firewall enabled, which is the best practice. If you want to make some exceptions, you can always make exceptions using group policy. Here, to save some time, I'm just disabling it. So we made all those changes that we wanted to do. Now it's time to install Virtual Delivery Agent. So where I will find Virtual Delivery Agent? Well, anyone? We will find Virtual Delivery Agent in Citrix Media, right? So let's mount Citrix Media. Just a quick reminder, I guess I had some problem with my KMS. So Windows is not activated, but in your environment, when you do it for your production, please make sure you have KMS server configured so that all your desktops are uh, they get activated automatically. Otherwise, user may face problem. It will bugging them, inside VDI that they need to activate Windows, and when they want, they will try to activate it, ask for administrator's credentials. Okay, so I launch this media. I'll go to XenDesktop, and the only highlighted option here you have is Virtual Delivery Agent, because Citrix and Citrix Studio, of course. Citrix recognize that it's a desktop operating system. So what I will do, I will install Virtual Delivery Agent. It will optimize this virtual machine to be used for VDI environment. See, create master image. Yep. So next, I will keep everything default. I will keep Citrix receiver also part of it, and virtual delivery agent, of course, it's required. Citrix receiver is useful, but inside VDI, if user wants to access some published applications from inside virtual machine, virtual desktop, then in this case Citrix receiver will be very handy. So I would like to keep Citrix receiver. Here I need to specify address of my delivery controller. I will specify it manually, which is access1.itsense.com. Let's test the connection. Good. Let's edit. Connection succeeded. So VDA will contact or register this machine with delivery controller. And which delivery controller? This delivery controller, which we specified over here. Here, I would like to keep everything. Yeah. Windows Remote Assistance and the rest of the things are fine. Optimized performance is very, very important. And again, it will make these exceptions for these ports inside firewall. And that's it. Install. When I click install, it will take a long time. Not a long time, but around 5 minutes or more. So we don't have to wait for it. So again, I will join you when it's done. All right. So VDA is installed and it's asking for restart. What will happen, gentlemen? Now you will restart this VM, and after once this machine is restarted, you will log on to this window and you will shut down normally. You will not run sysprep. I repeat, you will not run sysprep. After reboot, log in and shut it down gracefully. Okay, so this is it, and see you in next video.